Okay, so I'm gonna show that there's no like strings or openings on this. Like, as you can see, there's nothing on it. There's no there's like no, there's nothing on it. There's like, it's not open before I open it. So I'm going to open it to page 658. Page 658. And I'm going to Muscovite. A native or resident of the city or former duchy of Moscow, historically a Russian. Adjective, of or relating to the city or former duchy of Moscow, historically Russian, from modern Latin Muscovite, from Muscovia, Muscovy. Muscovite, Muscovite, Muscovite. So this one says like lance. It says lance and it says lance corporal. So it says lance. It says 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it says lance. Oh no, it says lance a 5th time when it says lance snake. And there's also lance wood. Yes. I think that's it. It's interesting that the lances are not all together in one, but there are a few words between the lances. So let's take a look. Okay. Lancelet, a small up to 4 inches marine animal of genus Branchiostoma and related genera that burrows in the sand of shallow waters of warm seas. Lancelot du Lac, Sir Lancelot of the Lake, one of the knights in the Arthurian legend loved by Guinevere. Lanceolate, narrowing to a point at each end or at the tip. Lancer, a soldier of a cavalry regiment, originally armed with a lance. Plural, a set of quadrilles popular in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The music for these. Okay, lancet, a sharp-pointed, two-edged surgical instrument, a lancet arch or window. Lance arch, an acutely pointed arch. Lancet window, a high, narrow window topped with a lancet arch. And then there's Lanchow. That's what comes after. And Lanchow comes after. It says Taolan, capital of Kansu, northwest China, on the Huanghe road and rail junction on trade routes to Central Asia. Food processing, chemical, textile, and oil industries. University. Below that says land. It says the land of the Visigoths, the land of yada yada yada. Below that it says the land of the Visigoths, the land of the Visigoths. Above Lance is Lancastrian, Lancashire, and then Lancaster is in England. Okay, this landed on Hungary, and then there's Hungarian language above that. So, yeah. It's talking about the Habsburg, but my eye glanced at the screen, so that's like my cue to go. But yes, it does say Hungary. Okay, so I'm gonna. Oh. Okay, so my eyes were glancing at the screen, so I suspended the previous one, but I'm going to see if I can do it again, if I close it, and then restart, and do it in one video, so that I don't have to keep having so many short little ones, because the corner of my eye keeps glancing at the screen. So it's on page 658. 658. And the word is Muscovite. Muscovite, M-U-S-C-O-V-I-T-E, Muscovite. A native or resident of the city or former duchy of Moscow. Historically a Russian, adjective of or relating to the city or former duchy of Moscow. Historically Russian. From modern Latin, Muscovita, from Muscovia, Muscovy. Okay, this one says redact. Redact. To edit, to prepare for publication, to draw up a document, etc. To bring back. Okay, seems like it worked. Interesting. This one says starfighter. It's type of weaponry. A U.S. supersonic single-engine turbojet with a nuclear and non-nuclear weapon capable of carrying 450 pounds. It's used by non-U.S. nations as a prime air interceptor manufactured by Lockheed. Wow, thanks, Lockheed. Wow. Okay, this one says George Washington. George Washington. And it landed here on the year 1759 to 1774 and also 1774. Not quite sure. So then there's, right, it just went right back to Starfighter. That was very odd. It went right back to Starfighter. That was interesting. Okay, across from it, my finger was sort of on Stars and Stripes and also Star Sapphire. Stars and Stripes and Star Sapphire. But it went right back to this nuclear weapon capable. It's called the F-104. Not to scare anyone, but I mean obviously I'm terrified as well of this. So that's what it said. It says Starfighter. Okay, so and I saw George Washington between that. Okay, this one says oyster catcher. Oyster bed, that's me. I eat oysters. That's what I eat for protein. It says oyster bed, a place on the ocean floor where oysters breed or are cultivated. And then it says oyster catcher, a member of Haematopus family, Haematopidae, a widely distributed genus of rather large wading shore birds which feed on small mollusks and worms. They usually have black and white plumage, stout pink legs, and a strong bill. And then it says oyster crab, a crab, the female of which lives as a commensal in the gill cavity of an oyster. I'm thinking commensal means like a kind of like larval stage. Okay, I'm going to try this one more time because I glanced at the screen again. So let's see what happens. Page 658. And page 658, if the camera stays on, then we can maybe get like a third round here. A third round of... Okay, because that's a little frightening to see that the same nuclear jet thing popped up twice. Okay, my finger went right back to it, so that's a little scary. It's a little scary. Okay, 658. Muscovite. M-U-S-C-O-V-I-T, Muscovite, a native or resident of the city or former duchy of Moscow, historically a Russian, adjective, of or relating to the city or former duchy of Moscow, historically Russian, from modern